Vancouver, I always feel like the next corner I turn, I'm going to find some kind of unique, whimsical little world. That's where I find my inspiration. Every blank wall is a canvas. It's a place to start a conversation. There's a person behind every art piece. It is shared, it is embraced, and it lifts people up. I was raised in Kazakhstan. It's a multicultural place, so folklore was shared from across different cultures. Growing up in that and understanding how it's so related to the folklore that's in Canada, it really clicked for me. I was hooked. I wanted to explore more. I wanted to talk about that. We celebrate them and we celebrate each other's stories. Artwork was a way to understand myself better, understand my city better, and why I belong here. Vancouver is so intertwined with nature. It's got the ocean and it's got the trees, the mountains. Just getting lost in the forest is such a norm for me. That's where I find my inspiration. The city, how young and vibrant it looks, that proximity is so unique. I can't stop integrating those two worlds together. We live in this harmony here in Vancouver, and I think as an artist, it became my voice. It feels so much bigger than me. If you're just open to all the beauty that it has to offer, Vancouver will change you.
Just a ferry hop from the city of Vancouver in Canada's southwest corner lies Vancouver Island. This evergreen archipelago lures visitors with its miles of untouched wilderness, wild colonial history, and modern farm-to-table ethos. Catch a ferry or seaplane from Vancouver and arrive right in the heart of Victoria Harbour, the picturesque gateway through which the island's fortunes have long flowed. Once a rough fur trading outpost, Victoria found its wealth as the outfitting centre for British Columbia's gold rush and became the elegant provincial capital in 1871. Today, it is still described as more British than the British. Designed by a young immigrant to express confidence in the promise of British Columbia, the Parliament buildings have proudly served the people of the province since their construction in 1898. Take the short stroll to the Fairmont Empress Hotel, an iconic symbol of the city itself. Ever since it opened its doors in 1908, this stately establishment has been a magnet for society's elite, from Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth and Katharine Hepburn to Rudyard Kipling and Harrison Ford. Nearby, grit, tenacity, and industrial-era spirit are celebrated in Craigdarroch Castle, built by a Scottish coal baron, Robert Dunsmuir. Stepping ashore penniless in 1851, by the late 1800s, he had become the wealthiest man in British Columbia. Although the dust has long since settled over Victoria's quarries, one has been given a new lease on life. In 1912, Jenny Butchert meticulously cultivated a green haven in the sunken remains of her family's depleted limestone quarry. Wander through Butchert Gardens and reflect on Jenny's legacy of conservation and respect for Mother Nature. Vancouver Island's rich history is preserved in the many museums and galleries across the capital, including the Royal BC Museum. Experience 19th century life in the Old Town and admire the immense collection of priceless artifacts in the First Peoples Gallery. Then, walk amongst totems carved from red cedar representing the sacred ancestry of the island's First Nations. A short walk from the museum, discover an area that's a little less genteel British and a little more quirky Canadian. Fisherman's Wharf is a floating neighborhood of houses, shops, and restaurants. Order some of the freshest seafood in Canada and try to resist the pleading looks of hungry locals hoping to share your lunch. Though Victoria is the first port of call for most visitors, the adventure truly begins when you rent a car and travel beyond the capital. Make your way to the scenic area of Souk to start discovering the natural offerings of this abundant island. Explore an inland oasis of hidden pools and waterfalls at Souk Potholes Regional Park. Follow salty sea breezes further west to the black basalt shoreline of Sandcut Beach and soak up the enchanting rhythms of lapping waters blending with rushing waterfalls. Continue along the British Columbia Highway to the Juan de Fuca trailhead and take the easy 1-mile walk through dense old-growth forests to Mystic Beach. Explore the eerie shoreline and caves which have been gradually carved by tempestuous Pacific waves over thousands of years. If you're chasing adventure and want to experience one of the world's great coastal walks, lace up your hiking boots for the entire 29-mile trek. Or for a quicker journey, continue to drive northwest along the highway. One of the camping stops along the Juan de Fuca Trail is Sombrio Beach. After immersing yourself in miles of serene wilderness, settle in for the night, watch the sun set over the Pacific, and bask in pure solitude. When you're ready to return to civilization, take the 2-hour drive across the island to Cowichan Bay on the east coast. This cozy seaside town thrives on the bountiful waters of the Saanich Inlet. A short drive north of Cowichan is the city of Parksville. This picturesque place is a warm and inviting rest stop, and as the name suggests, the perfect base from which to explore many pine-veiled parks and reserves. As the trail leads you deep into Englishman River Falls Provincial Park, breathe in the fresh scents of cedar, hemlock, and maple. Follow the sound of cascading water to the riverbed, where the waters of Englishman River tumble into the rocky gorge below. Just a short drive from here is McMillan Provincial Park, famous for Cathedral Grove. Wander beneath this ancient cluster of Douglas firs, standing like mighty pillars, some over 800 years old. Let the sizzling smells of farm-to-table fare draw you back across to the west coast to Tofino. This friendly town bustles with visitors throughout the year. Surfers are drawn to the legendary swells of Long Beach and Chesterman Beach. Oceanfront cabins buzz with the chatter of Vancouver holidaymakers. And no matter the season, nature lovers take to the many trails, gardens, and parks on offer. South of Tofino, the small town of Ucluelet awaits, translating to People of the Safe Harbor in the native Nuu-chah-nulth language. This sleepy town is surrounded by some of the wildest landscapes on Vancouver Island. Follow the wild Pacific Trail through thick forests of ancient cedar out along the coastline. This trail serves up some of the best scenery on the island, drawing photographers, whale watchers, and hikers from across the globe. The trail is made up of 3 sections. Along the Lighthouse Loop, you'll find Amphitrite Lighthouse. Named after the sea goddess and wife of Poseidon, this sturdy lighthouse stands like a sentinel, lighting the way for weary vessels navigating these treacherous waters. From first peoples to the fur trappers and fortune seekers of old, Vancouver Island is a place that has long rewarded those who have walked its wild shores. In today's busy world, many intend on visiting, but few actually make the journey. Those who do will be embraced by Mother Nature at her wildest, purest, and most beautiful best.
Sustainability also equates to quality. When fish is harvested in a sustainable manner, generally the quality is much higher than if it's harvested recklessly. I believe that we have built our reputation. A lot of it has to do with how we source our products, and we try very hard to work with local producers, farmers, fishermen, to get the best local products available in British Columbia. Well, everything that we try to use here at the restaurant is local. UBC Farm is one of the largest urban farms left in North America. It's one of the reasons why we support it. So we get vegetables and eggs from UBC Farm.
Well, if anyone comes out to the farm at any given time, they're welcome to wander around and catch a glimpse of one of the over 100 programs and initiatives we've got going here. And I would recommend arranging your tour for Saturday, because that's when the market happens. We can do a walk around of the farm, show you some of the growing techniques we use, show you some of the programs we've got going, and at the end you can come across to the market for to catch some of the vegetables that you can take with you for a lunch. We have a really strong relationship with a number of the finest restaurants in Vancouver, and they can get amazing local produce. This is as local as it gets, incredibly fresh, of course organic. They can wow their customers with the amazing color and variety of what we produce here.
So many of my friends coming to Vancouver, and I can only say Vancouver is a great place for food. And of course I recommend also times Vancouver.
Getting up early on Vancouver Island sure comes with great rewards. You don't want to miss the magic that happens here every day. This is a place you have to experience. It beckons you to get out there and encounter our wonders up close. Or, better yet, feel it beneath your feet. Just getting here is an experience that you will always remember. Especially the welcome committee that often comes and greets our guests. Vancouver Island is a great place to come together, to celebrate 20 years of love, or a birthday over a great meal, or even just a local brew down the street. It's a place for the curious and the brave, for the ones that want to get away from it all and the ones that journeyed years of life together, or the bold ones who dared to do something they've never done before. Come and discover Vancouver Island. This is a place where you can dive right in. It's a place where you can get a front row seat to one of the most amazing wildlife encounters. Witness the beauty of our magical oceans, lakes, and rivers that are displayed throughout the island. Or play along miles and miles of fantastic beaches, or even find the love of your life. Come and book your adventure today. Some people might go to Barcelona or Vienna for the international flavor and culture. You might go to France or Italy to enjoy great wine and cuisine. Or you might go to Hawaii for great sea life and nature. What if you could do all this and more in one place? Come experience Victoria on Vancouver Island, the crown jewel of Canada. Once you arrive in Victoria, take a taxi around the harbor. Stroll down the promenade with people from all over the world and artists and entertainers that leave you with lasting memories. take a tour of the historic Empress Hotel, which has played host to kings, queens, and Hollywood stars over the last century. Spend the day in one of our many spectacular gardens and experience the color and aroma of thousands of flowers. Victoria has an adventure for everyone. So get out there and experience our great ocean, our beautiful city, and our wonderful land. Find out for yourself why Victoria is considered one of the best destinations for people from all walks of life. The young and the old, the romantic and the thrill seeker, people who want to find a quiet spot, and people who want to meet the world. Whatever you are looking for in a perfect getaway, Victoria has something for you. Come and book your adventure today.
Vancouver, a vibrant urban lifestyle surrounded by breathtaking natural beauty. The city is a year-round mecca for outdoor enthusiasts. Historic Gastown, with a multitude of cafes and unique shops, is steps away. Located on the harbor, you'll find the Fairmont waterfront, perfectly connected to the convention center, cruise ship terminal, and waterfront station, Vancouver's transportation hub. Guest rooms feature floor-to-ceiling windows with sweeping views of the harbor, mountains, or city. The Fairmont Gold Floor offers Fairmont's exclusive lifestyle hotel experience with complimentary breakfast and more. Unique function space ensures an unforgettable business meeting or private event. Leisure amenities include a fully equipped health club, swimming pool, and complimentary bicycles for guest use. This urban resort will inspire you to explore Vancouver with a seaside run. Visit the organic rooftop garden and honeybee apiary to see where the chef sources garden fresh ingredients. Enjoy fresh, handcrafted fare in a relaxed setting at Arc Restaurant and Bar, a culinary celebration of locally sourced ingredients. Fairmont Waterfront, relaxed West Coast luxury with warm, welcoming service and an eco-friendly approach.
Well, it's really difficult to put into words how amazing it is when you see these whales for the first time. And the look in people's eyes is really what is the best description of people. It's almost like a kid for the first time when they go to Disneyland. This year we have a lot of Canadians, we've got Americans who come here, we've had people from Israel, from Russia. It's a vast array of people that come to watch the whales. We have resident whales that live here year-round. Transient whales are always coming through the area. So really it doesn't matter what time of the year, your chances are good. They are better at certain times of the year because there are more whales, but you do have the opportunity to see whales in Victoria year-round.
When we're on the water, we're best friends. We all use our little network. First thing in the morning, we all go in different directions, and then we keep in touch with each other. And usually we find something of interest. Lately, we've been seeing humpback whales are coming in. There's often transient killer whales, and then we have our resident killer whales.
Anybody play the trumpet? Never voiced the first time, but I'll get up there.
The thrill of being on the water as well as being able to see the whales is just unreal.
There they are. Whoa!
songs of something you once wrote on a page you left behind. I can do anything, but you blocked my way. With your love, yeah, it's
To those who know her, Oriana is so much more than just a yacht. She'll take you hiking on ancient trails, cliff jumping, water skiing in the warmest ocean water north of Mexico. You can dance on the sun deck, or just watch the sun dance. On Oriana, you will have some of the best meals of your life. What it's really all about is being surrounded by your favorite people on the planet. in one of the most stunning places in the world. All on a beautiful, classic 96-foot yacht.
I have a fishing problem. This place feeds my addiction. It's the real deal. You can come here for 10 years and I can still show you different things and put together different game plans where you're going to see different scenery day for day. My name is Larry Weber. I own Leisure Suit Charters, and I live and work out of Port McNeill in Port Hardy, BC. We're on the hub of the Broughton Archipelago. That's a big deal. I mean, that's BC's largest marine park. I just like the diversity. Our ocean life with the whales, you get to see them eat and you get to see them bring their offspring here. You know, for me, this is home. Just growing up here, I just kind of evolved to enjoy fishing and spending my free time in the rivers and on the ocean. As soon as I could afford a boat, I got one. I've had some guys that have been fishing with me since day one. And now these people have become friends and family. I'm here for the peace and quiet. There's no stoplights and everyone's friendly, everyone knows each other, and it's just the freedom. I mean, you get to step away from your busy day-to-day life, and you know, they'll never get to see it all in a short first trip, and usually they leave, you know, wanting a little more. Plan is, let's pick up out here. We'll go for a little drive down to halibut spot where we can anchor up and do lunch. I focus on the whole experience, you know. I'm not really just here to appease a cooler. I like to kind of attend to details where you enjoy on your day-to-day life. You know, I like to have French press coffee in the mornings while we're out fishing somewhere at my favorite spots. I like to barbecue things. I don't like to eat sandwiches. A little more effort, a little more attention to detail. It enhances the experience. It just really brings a little more to the table than killing fish and just enjoying something and bringing home a memory.
Deadly, buddy.
I personally like to fish offshore, and I really think that the fishery we have is second to none. Port McNeill has salmon halibut in an inshore option where you don't have swells. You can really hide from the elements, whether it's blowing northwest or southeast. You got calm, protected waters to fish. Port Hardy has a north coast option where it's rocky and rugged, the swells there, and it's for your seasoned fisherman, someone who's been on the water before and wants to see the best of the best and really be at the front of the interception of salmon. Okay, cool. Snap one. Can you get a picture? Okay, it's going back for something. That's one of the main reasons why this place is pretty unique to the angler.
Boom! Yes!
We have it all in our backyard.
My name is David Clark, and we're here just outside the Butchart Gardens. The gardens, as we found out, and as Mrs. Butchart found out to her delight, are in an area, climatic zone, where really anything grows. You're never short of a good view, and there's not a bad seat in the house.
The garden is an inclusive garden to the community. The First Nations people were gardening here for thousands of years. They were the ones that created these Garry Oak meadows, changed the environment in order to practice horticulture. This is a tree that is a true fossil tree. It's a tree that they thought was extinct through to the mid-1940s. Here we have something very unique. It's a form of euphorbia called Tasmanian tiger, and would only grow in this part of Victoria. This is a wonderful garden all through the year. It's a garden designed for all seasons.
We've just came out on our Saturday afternoon to take a stroll, stretch our legs, get some fresh air. It was just a nice area to come and enjoy the outdoors in Victoria.
It's not somewhere that a lot of people come to, I don't think. They don't realize it's here, so it's just kind of its own little world, I think, in the middle of the city. Well, I love the flowers and the trees, and the view is wonderful.
When I pause, listen, I hear it, the calling, a beacon to return to a place and myself. British Columbia. To be amongst the elements, the purest water and air. Fertile abundance, a natural richness that over time has quietly become the true currency of life. And this place is the kingdom of abundance. A land of giants. British Columbia forces you to rethink life's measures. What is big? What is power? What is important? Supreme nature. Supernatural. The thread that connects us all is undeniable in this place that the Aboriginal peoples have honored for millennia. Massive groves, standing giants fed by the climate and the circle of life. Altitude swings that take you from sea to sky, from rainforest to desert to snow-capped peaks. This is the place where wildlife thrives. All in the court of Her Majesty Mother Nature. She chose this place to erect her monuments. Masterpieces forever in the making. Constant and changing. A dichotomy that reflects our refined civilization and raw wilderness. It's the rush of standing on the edge of the world. The deafening quiet of a mystical morning. The exhilaration of British Columbia that reminds you of what it feels like to be alive. To find the wild within. Supernatural British Columbia.